The movie you're making me watch today is Basic Instinct 1992, directed by Paul Verhoeven. Words. What's your word, Schwartz?
Steamy.
Steamy. You see that? Jake?
I do.
My word is just damn.
Damn. Mine's
Damn.
obvious? With a question mark? Obvious?
All right. Maybe.
It's obvious?
Dude,
With a question mark.
There's this. It is like almost questionable. There's like strange things about this movie that there was times where I wondered, is this a great movie or is this a terrible movie?
A good question. What do you think? Was it a great movie or a terrible movie?
I landed on great.
Great.
I really liked it, dude. I actually thought, not that I thought, I guess I didn't really have much expectations of it. I don't know why. All I knew about it is this is the movie that Sharon Stone flashes her pussy in an interrogation room. That's pretty much all I knew about it.
You're right. And we were talking about this earlier, and this is the movie that I now can agree with everyone who's like, Sharon Stone's the hottest ever. I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
all right. After watching this movie, I can see where you can land on that.
Oh yeah, she's like Margot Robbie is now like
yeah.
the Sharon Stone of now, you know,
like the Sharon Tate of her time.
Yeah, exactly. That was, I guess, like we were too young to appreciate Sharon Stone back in the early 90s. What was this, 1992? This movie was made, right?
But thank God for film, because we can
Yeah.
enjoy her in 1992, in 2020.
And I thought
whatever the fuck date it is.
That movie looked great too, man. Like the way it was shot, that like the obviously shot on film, but like just like the I don't know, like there's just certain shots and like the saturation, everything, and like certain lighting was really good.
Yeah, but I don't think this was like a cinematography milestone, you know?
Maybe not a milestone, but I thought it like
Schwartz
it exceeded my expectations of cinematography even.
Thought it was, what do you think about the cinematography of this movie, Schwartz?
I think the cinematography was great looking. I thought the camera movement, especially in the interrogation scene and the scenes in the club where he goes to meet up with her, and
the interrogation scene, I don't remember that scene.
Those scenes, the camera work was pretty great. Although
the lighting in those rooms are dope too.
I do think that the movie was a Brian De Palma ripoff for sure.
I see that. I never thought about that, but in watching the interrogation scene right now in front of me, yeah, 100%.
Not only is it a ripoff from the camera movement, but it's the same type of movie he would make. Like the story sounds like something he would do. The ultra violence, the ultra sexuality, the whole thing about like
it's a little extra for Brian De Palma. I feel like but I feel like this movie takes it to another degree that he wouldn't take it to.
Yeah, I guess.
In sexuality and violence, and
I don't know. His movies are all his movies are all pretty over the top in all those categories.
Yeah.
But does he go there as like I mean, is he gonna show a pussy?
He did not do that. No. But
like,
Paul Verhoeven,
like this it takes it a little further.
Paul Verhoeven was on a fucking roll when he made this movie. He had just made fucking Total Cop before this, so
that's
pretty much
his IMDb is
Total Recall and RoboCop. Yeah, is that
the
what you said?
2 movies that Paul Verhoeven directed? Yeah. And then he followed Basic Instinct up with Showgirls.
Okay, because that's what I hold on, because in my notes, so he did Showgirls.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Because in my notes, I don't know if I actually wrote it, but I wrote somewhere it's like if Showgirls was a dope movie, that's Basic Instinct. That's what I did not know that he also did Showgirls.
And then you know what he made after Showgirls?
Let me guess. Oh, really? That's one of the best movies ever made.
That's like another movie that is this bad or is this good? That's one of
the best movies ever made.
Right.
NPH, dude, kills in that movie.
Yeah. Now this movie was great. It was a '90s fucking Michael Douglas movie. He made a couple movies like Disclosure and the one with what's the other one?
Fatal Attraction.
Fatal Attraction. Yeah, he made
That was the thing. I don't think I knew the difference between Fatal Attraction and this movie before I watched it. I still don't know. I know Glenn Close is probably the
yeah,
Sharon
Glenn Close.
Stone
That's who it
version.
is.
Nice fucking
Huh?
Newman.
Damn, that's on YouTube, dude.
Yeah, no, Newman's great in this movie. He's awesome.
Newman. Hey, I wrote in my notes. Newman.
Yeah,
He had like 10 minutes total in the whole
but
movie.
he was awesome. He was just because what was awesome about him is that he never plays a character like that. He's usually the goofy guy who's being stupid. And this one, he was totally serious.
I feel like that was
seems like such a
like
Newman.
that's a Newman character.
Like how he got all like pervy when she like did the leg thing.
Yeah.
What leg thing? What are you talking about?
Oh, the pussy flash.
Yeah, this movie got an NC-17 rating because of that.
Did it?
Did it?
Yeah.
Wow.
I didn't know that.
I mean, there was a lot of fucking. I mean, in like the first scene, there's fucking like immediately.
It's fucking.
And a murder is like how it opens.
It reminded me of Gone Girl. It was a very Gone Girl situation.
It definitely did. I definitely had that murder scene in Gone Girl is clearly taken from this movie because doesn't she use an ice pick?
No, she uses a razor blade.
She uses a
razor blade.
Yeah, it's it's like a box cutter. It's a box cutter.
Oh, to stab! I thought she like stabbed him and shit.
She slits his throat.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, it's so good. Right as he's blowing it.
Yeah. That's why, like, I'm like, did they just take that from fucking Basic Instinct? Right when I saw that from Basic Instinct.
All right, so let's just get this over with.
Fincher took that idea and just made it a little better.
Yeah.
I don't know about better, but he.
I don't know the way that
he made a movie about that basically.
No, I'm talking about that.
It's kind of a ripoff.
I'm talking about that scene.
Gone Girl's kind of a ripoff.
I'm talking about the scene.
Based on a book.
Gone Girl's
I'm talking about that scene.
Yeah, the book's a ripoff, dude.
I'm talking about the scene specifically.
What are you talking about, Schwartz?
Just the scene specifically. Like Fincher
just
amped it up with the way that the music and the editing and the music just way cooler than anything in this movie.
I love the music too.
Music and Fincher and Gone Girl when he's murked is crazy.
Yeah, I mean that's Trent Reznor.
I mean,
I've never heard of him.
The music in this movie in Basic Instinct was like, I loved it because it was like just like cliche noir. Like
this is a film noir movie for sure.
But that's why I didn't like it. I mean I didn't not like it, but I also thought it was generic for its time. It was what did we say, Jake? It was kind of cliche for its time. I mean, it was kind of cliche for its time, but not at its time. So like when it was made, it was fine. But watching it now, it's kind of a cliche movie.
Oh yeah, I mean most
hard 90s vibe for sure.
Most 90s movies don't stand up. It's unfortunately like 80% of them don't stand up.
Would you say this doesn't stand up? I'm borderline. It doesn't stand up.
This movie stands up because the performances. I
think it stands up. I mean,
I think Michael Douglas is a shit actor. I mean,
really? I think he's a good actor. I mean, The Game. He was great. The Game changed it all.
I think I've never seen him play another character. Show me another character that Michael Douglas can play.
He does that character well, but
Douglas.
It's the same guy. This is the same guy that was in The Game. This is the same guy that was in fucking Wall Street. This is the same fucking guy.
Yeah.
It's the same fucking.
It's kind of like Mark Wahlberg.
Not a big
Mark
fan.
Wahlberg plays the same guy in every movie.
No,
too.
Mark Wahlberg had one good role, and it was The Happening. And that was it. No, I'm just kidding. It was one good role, and it was Departed, and that was because he played himself.
He's great in comedy. He's great in comedy.
I Heart Huckabees is not a real movie.
Yes, it is.
Sorry, I keep forgetting that.
David O. Russell movie. It's 100% real.
I've never watched.
David O. Russell didn't actually make real movies.
I've never seen.
That's the broad argument.
Should I watch I Heart Huckabees? You guys gonna make me watch I Heart Huckabees?
I should. I love that movie.
It's a great movie. It's funny. Original. It's an original movie.
We'll think about it. We'll talk about it. Yeah, we'll talk about it later. Maybe we'll do that.
Not a big Michael Douglas fan. The reason I said it was obvious with a question mark is because when all the fingers pointed to Beth, the doctor, at that point, I was just like, well, finally they figured it out. Cause I think I even wrote down the time.
Yeah.
within like 20 minutes, she asked a question. I was like, well, she's the fucking murderer. But
He wasn't.
yeah, I know.
It was.
That's
It was
why it was
Sharon
obvious with
Stone.
a question mark.
right because it
Well,
seemed like
was
it
it
was
Sharon
her.
Stone? Wait, here's the thing.
Yes.
Clear it up for me. Who's the murderer?
Sharon Stone.
The murder was Sharon
Is that
Stone.
that's clear? Is that clear in the movie?
Yes, they answered that because with the last shot on
Jelly
the ice
picks on the
pick,
floor.
she contemplated killing Michael Douglas.
That doesn't answer the question though.
It seemed like she was
Yeah.
very heavily.
That
it
doesn't
it's not
doesn't say that
100%.
she's
You're right.
that doesn't say that she's the murderer.
It-
I mean,
it
I saw
does.
that. I also
It
saw
does.
it. Here was my final
heavily
question
implied.
was, I think the question implied there was, does she kill him?
I don't think she kills him there. But I also, you know what I thought watching this for the first time in a while? I watched it again for the first time in years. In the opening scene, the woman looks like her friend more than it does
that ain't her, dude.
So
Yeah.
I personally
Roxy.
think that both of them do it together. They kill.
Well,
Ren
no, because
together.
why would Roxy have gotten killed in the car accident? I originally thought it was Roxy too. I thought the twist was going to be obvious. And it was, it's just going to be fucking Roxy because she looks like Sharon Stone. We never saw who the dude was actually fucking in the beginning. It was just a blonde. I thought it was
It's
Roxy.
both of them. It's both of them.
I don't think it is
That's what
because
I'm
why
thinking.
did Roxy fucking die?
What about
Roxy did-
Beth?
But it
Because
was
she died.
weird.
What does Roxy dying have to do with it not being her?
She got murdered, idiot, by the
So
murderer.
doesn't mean it's not her.
No, she
Like-
got she got in a car accident.
Yeah.
When
yeah,
she was trying
a
to
car
when she was
accident.
when
My
she was
air
trying to
quotes car
kill-
accident.
when she was trying to kill Michael Douglas, which just makes it even more slightly confusing.
Dude,
Beth-
my take from it is they were doing it together. They were killing.
Okay,
could-
so
I
the
mean,
good
maybe.
thing is there's no final answer to that.
Yeah.
We don't actually know that. We
Yeah.
see the ice pick. It's like seeing the fucking thing spinning in Inception. We don't really know.
Right. I guess
Okay, cool. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that.
I think
I
that's
thought
one of
Mercs him
the.
right after
think
that goes
that's
to
the-
black.
I think that's one of the draws to this movie is that in the end you're never really given an answer. And in the '90s,
That's
and in
great.
the '80s,
That I love.
really wasn't a thing they were doing a lot.
Yeah. I thought Beth was an interesting red herring because she had red hair.
His name's Wayne Knight with a K.
Yeah.
Newman. Yeah.
Newman, that's right. I almost forgot.
Good for him. What a
I was just calling
sick
Newman.
name, dude. Might as well call him Batman.
Right.
So
Wayne Elliott Knight. Good for
getting
him.
back to the cinematography though, this movie was DP'd by Jan de Bont, who ended up becoming a director, directing classics such as Twister and Speed.
Never heard of him.
Oh my God, Twister is one of the best movies ever made.
Twister? What's
Speed
it
is
about?
good.
Like, is it about plumbing?
No, it's
Yeah.
about the game Twister.
Oh,
That's a
sick.
Yeah.
Moving your
Blue dot, blue dot,
hands on different
Touching
colors.
things. But anyway,
Helen
yeah, this is.
Hunt.
I thought the cinematography was
Helen
actually
Hunt,
pretty great.
right on pink.
Mhm.
I thought the framing was amazing. Like even when they're driving, him and Douglas and his partner, when they're driving up to her house and the camera's in the back seat, and the way it's framed with them driving through.
But people aren't
through
going
the
to think
city.
of this movie for its cinematography.
The people think of this movie for.
I don't
Sharon
know.
Stone's vagina.
I was really impressed by the cinematography.
I feel like there's one.
Yeah.
I feel like there's one beautiful cinematographic shot that people will remember this movie for.
I mean, the
This movie's
interrogation
known
room
for
was
that, for
very,
sure.
very well lit. The interrogation room had really cool, like, droplets of, like, shadows and shit. Like, the speckled shadows from, like, the light fixtures were very, like,
shut up, lighting
pronounced and
guy.
shit. Like the next scene when fucking Michael Douglas drove her home, there was like it was raining and the light coming through on their faces, same shit. That
Yeah.
like that
The rain.
So
reflecting
that's it
on the
was
textured shadow
obvious
on those.
when it lighting was great,
Beautiful
but
movie.
like movie wise, it was a pretty obvious movie, I guess. Up
There was
until
so
the
many
end, but
so many
into-
twists and turns.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. I think that when they tried to make you think it was the chick he was
Too many
banging
twists.
at first, that actually worked for a little while. I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting. That is her. And then you're like, oh, okay, it's not her. But when
Well,
she
but
shows up before she gets
wasn't-
shot, I was pretty convinced it was her.
I don't know if I was ever convinced
He
because
shoots her,
there was the two red herrings. Both of the chicks were like red herrings, so they led you to believe it could have been Roxy, it could have been Beth.
See,
And,
I
like,
think
the
Roxy.
whole movie
it
was
definitely
a ploy to
seemed-
get you to think that Beth
Totally.
was the murderer. That's the
Yeah.
whole
Right.
movie.
I
And
think
it
Roxy-
certainly
apparently
seemed
it
like
wasn't.
Sharon
Am I
Stone
wrong?
the whole time. It
Roxy
seemed like it
for me
Sharon
was
Stone
the
whole time.
one. that I thought it was both of them together. I never thought it was Roxy by herself. I thought it was because they were so close and they were in the same world of social people. Like I still think that they were doing it together, even though she died in the car accident. I still think Roxy and her definitely murked some dudes together.
And Roxy killed people in the past.
You don't think
She
it
had a
was
history of killing in
Beth?
the past.
You don't think Beth had anything to do with it? You don't think it was
Beth is the brunette, right? Or
you don't think it was homegirl?
Yeah, the
Homegirl
psychologist
and Beth, Sharon
slash
Stone and
girlfriend.
Beth.
Yeah, I don't I in the movie, for a minute, for a little while before Beth gets shot, I was like, okay, it might have been Beth, but never did I think it was never did I think it was just Roxy. And you know what, it makes sense that Roxy dies, because then you're like, okay, well, she's
I
out.
didn't think it was Roxy at all. And Roxy was never in my mind was never she was never a whatever, a fucking guilty party. I never
The
thought of
chick
her
in the beginning,
as the
the
person.
chick in the opening scene, to me, it looks like Roxy.
That was Roxy.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was.
How do you know that?
Oh, the
Jake?
chick that killed. Oh, the chick that killed the dude in the beginning.
Yeah, I think that was her.
I mean,
Maybe.
it was either Roxy or Sharon Stone. I
It was either
rewatched
Roxy,
it.
Sharon
The
Stone,
season,
or
but
Beth.
it obviously
Stone.
never showed her face.
Exactly.
It could have been either one of those three.
Yeah,
it could have been
Obviously.
anybody.
Either
It could have
one.
been either one of those three. It also could have been none of those three, and it could be anybody. I guess that is the coolest thing of this movie. What I enjoy the most is the fact that we really don't know for certain who the serial killer was, the murderer was.
True.
Yeah.
I think it was Beth.
Unless there is technically a sequel.
There is a sequel.
We're not having that. We didn't watch that, and I didn't watch that either because I guess it's terrible.
I've seen
But
it.
apparently that answers that it's clear it was obviously her, and she just keeps doing the same shit and murdering
Sharon
people and
Stone?
shit like that. But I guess it's more obvious in the second one. Yeah.
Well,
Sharon Stone. It was obviously Sharon
yes.
Stone.
Yes.
What I like about this movie, my favorite
Sequels
part is
suck, dude.
I know.
what
Was
I like
it
about this
by the
movie.
same director?
I don't think so.
I didn't
Sharon
think
Stone
so.
was in
So
it,
it's a
but she was
fucking
the only other
non-canon.
person, and it was like 14 years later, and only
Sharon Stone was
in it.
in it.
Sharon Stone was in it. She was like,
poor
she was
girl.
like almost 50, like banging dudes.
She must have been so poor.
My favorite part of
At
this
that
movie
time, yeah.
was the relationship between her and Michael Douglas's character. I liked how Michael Douglas's character was like basically a bad person, a bad cop, and
She just fucked with him the whole time.
he kind of met someone who thought like he did, and all the
What do you mean a
fucked up things he
bad
thought
cop?
about.
Because he killed somebody?
Yeah, I mean, he was doing cocaine. He was fucking. He got fucking Turtle
He
Affairs
was
after him,
not
killing
at a
people.
time. Not at the time.
Oh,
He was.
who wasn't doing cocaine in the early 90s?
Well, what I'm saying is being a cop though, that's a pretty big fucking no-no.
Hmm.
I mean,
You know what I mean? I just
cop, so
I
don't
liked
know
how
what you mean.
really nobody in this
Yeah.
movie was
I
likable.
think a lot more cops do cocaine than you think.
Well, either way, that's not something that you usually put two and two together. You know what I mean? It's like
I mean,
something-
you were
And
only
I
like
like-
4 in 92. I was 7, so like there was a lot. It was kind of
Yeah.
crazy, dude.
Jake
It was
knows
kinda
what's
crazy.
up, dude.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
like I said, I like how
A lot of
nobody
cocaine in '92. Jake knows.
Yeah.
I like how nobody was really likable. I think that was interesting. I like movies like that. I think that if
Yeah.
you can be interested by a movie where all the characters,
you could feel you connect to it a little more, where no one's likable.
yeah, I like movies where if you can still be interested and like the movie, and the characters are kind of bad people and unlikable, I think that's a pretty good movie.
They weirdly are more relatable that way. When like it's like the anti-hero with like how a lot of television these days, after like Tony Soprano and
Sopranos.
Walter White, that's all a big like the anti-hero is like the new
Walter
thing,
White, I
because
don't know
think
what you're
they're
talking
more
about.
relatable. It's this white dude that cooks stuff. I don't remember.
I don't get it. I didn't like it. I thought it was a okay movie. I bet if I was alive in '92, which I was, but if I was watching movies, I'd be like, "Oh, that movie was cool. I got to see Sharon Stone's pussy." But other than that, it was an okay movie.
Yeah. You know what I also thought?
I don't think the cinematography was anything to even mention. To be honest with you,
That's
I
wild
was
because it was
paying
pretty good.
attention.
you think it is, but I mean, it's one opinion, and here's mine. Jake.
You know what? I wrote down here that it was like if Alfred Hitchcock made a softcore porno.
Well, see, that's going back to the De Palma thing. 'Cause
Yeah.
De
100%.
Palma draws from Hitchcock in a lot of ways, but the difference is that
100%.
De Palma's movies are just put together better. It's more the mysteries put together, the tensions put together better, and it's more the characters are more interesting. This
You
is
know
just
what
a
I would
poor
say
man-
is this movie looks like a movie that the dude that wrote or that directed Showgirls would make.
which it is.
That's weird.
But
I
having
literally
said that,
in my notes I literally wrote if Showgirls
This
was
is a better
was a
Showgirls.
really good movie, that's what this movie would be. Yeah,
But the
because I
thing is
mean
that-
it has all the same climaxes, no pun intended.
this dude's also made great films like Starship Troopers and RoboCop and fucking.
You can't call any of
Total
those
Recall.
great films. They
No,
are good.
Total Recall-
We enjoy them.
Total
they're,
Recall and RoboCop are sci-fi classics. Classics. Those are classic films.
Okay.
And so is Starship Troopers. You talk about science fiction movies, and I guarantee you all
I
three
mean,
of
we're
those
talking about
movies
Basic
are
Instinct. People and 90% of
I'm
people call that
talking
classic.
about.
I think that is
Talking
true.
about the director.
Basic Instinct, I
Talking
think,
about the
could
director.
fall under classic. But a lot of those are also cult classic. I feel like more in that sense, but that's still another
classic.
debate.
Was
Same
Basic Instinct? What do you mean
semantics.
cult classic? Like a pulp, like a after the fact it became more famous kind of situation?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
no,
I think so.
RoboCop was a pretty big hit right off the bat.
Was it?
Yeah, I mean,
RoboCop was fucking
yeah.
RoboCop.
and Total
Wasn't it
Recall was Total Recall. You know what I mean? Those are great
Right.
fucking movies.
Total Recall
Oh,
and Schwarzenegger. That was,
Listen,
in,
I'm
in
not
like
gonna
its
fucking
prime.
argue with you on Total Recall. It's one of the best movies ever
You
made.
can't
Total
argue
Recall
with
is solid.
Starship Troopers either. That movie's just pure entertainment. It's from beginning
But
to end.
I would
It's a
not
great
call
movie.
either of those movies great movies.
I would.
I would
Because they're made
call.
well. They're well-made films. Just because the subject matter isn't
Are
like
they
you're
well
watching, like,
made? I don't. I
There
mean,
Will Be Blood.
I don't know if they're well made.
They're definitely
They are
well-made.
made. They're made.
They were well-made
Sure.
films.
They're made and they had budget.
They're classic, quality movies.
I think Basic Instinct is this guy's best work.
What?
What?
Best
Have you
work.
ever seen Total Recall?
I've seen it. It's good for sure. I like it, but
weeks. 2 weeks.
we
I
just
would've
watched
liked
that
this
not too long
movie.
ago at work.
I would have liked this movie a little bit better if
did.
it was like 20 minutes shorter. There were some parts where it just got a little boring.
I don't
Yeah,
know, man.
like
I was
90% of it.
I was pretty in it the whole time.
I think the whole thing with
You guys want to hear box
Moxie.
office numbers?
Yeah,
Pretty rough.
for Basic Instinct.
Estimated
Oh, wow.
50. Oh, you guys want to guess?
How well it did at the box office?
Guess the budget first.
Time, 75 million.
no way.
No, that's a
way
lot.
too low.
No, that's too much. Well,
I'm
actually,
saying-
no, maybe not. I'm gonna go.
I'm
Yeah,
saying
I'll
52.
keep it. I'll keep it.
52.
70.
49 million.
Okay, closer.
And I was looking and I was about to down talk this, but this is only opening weekend, so I take back my original thinking. 50 million budget, opening weekend 15 million domestic, and total gross of this is total gross though. That's like up until now.
Right.
117 million. So
Hmm.
opening, I think by opening weekend standards, we can call it a flop.
Yeah, total gross. That doesn't seem that much over time. Only 100 million since the fucking 92.
Since 92, yeah.
I guarantee you 10 to 15 of that budget too went to Michael Douglas.
Yeah, probably.
He was,
I mean, what movie
He
other
was-
than The Game? What movie is Michael Douglas great in?
I mean, he won an Oscar for Wall Street.
What? Yeah. Okay, I get it. But
He was good in that. I mean, but I agree with
I
you.
guess
know what
he's
you're saying.
not.
I know what you're saying.
I'm not saying he's bad.
You know
I'm
what
just
he
not
was
a
really
fan.
actually really good in? The American President, the movie where he played the president. He falls in love with Annette Bening. He was really good in that. But I'm not a big
You know-
Michael Douglas fan either.
You know what's funny
Yeah,
is
the
I
game's
thought
dope.
The game is David
dope.
Fincher, though, that's why.
It's fucking dope.
Yeah.
I was thinking Michael Douglas was Martin Sheen. The whole movie.
I could see that.
Like the
Oh,
same person?
The guy from
Yes.
the West
The
Wing.
West
What?
Wing. Yeah.
they're
Because-
so much different in age.
Well,
I
but
could see
they're
it.
but they're
I
both
see it.
presidents. You know what I'm saying?
You know what's
I doubt.
funny is
I doubt they're that much different in age.
Martin
I
Sheen
feel like
is,
they're both presidents.
Martin Sheen is in
Yeah.
The American President. He plays like an advisor to Michael Douglas, and then
Oh,
Martin
yeah.
Sheen played the president in The West Wing. So all right,
Yeah.
I'll give you that. I'll give you
I'm
that.
just saying, I get those two confused.
You know what
Michael Douglas and
is?
Martin Sheen. The whole time I was like, man, Michael Douglas, like because what it was in my brain. I was thinking, I forget we're recording this. This is dumb. Never mind.
I think Michael Douglas was pretty good in Traffic because he played a role that he doesn't usually play.
I watched that once. I
Which
gotta
is like
watch
a
it again.
concerned father. He was actually.
I remember that being good. I just probably haven't seen it in
I
fucking
remember
the
that
movie
being
that,
yellow.
15 years.
That's
Yeah,
the movie
right.
that Soderbergh won his Oscar for, and Benicio del Toro won his Oscar for. Was that movie?
Soderbergh
Right.
can suck my dick. Did this speaking of West Wing, the dialogue in this movie very
On the nose.
very
Yeah.
on the nose, very quick, very Sorkin like.
Yeah.
I think the way it was said, I agree with you with that. Sorkin's a little bit more.
If
Like quitty.
if Sorkin and the guy and a guy and or girl, whoever fucking wrote Gilmore Girls, if they fucked, that's the dialogue in this movie. You know who I'm talking about.
Amy Sherman Palladino.
It's that quippy. No, it's like YouTube videos these days. There's no breaths taken in between comments, even between people. I say something, they're saying, it's like you knew exactly what I was going to say before I said it because they did, because it's a script.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I see that. I think it was supposed to be fast. You know what I mean? I think because of the world they were in, whether it be like the upper class, rich world she lives in, and how Michael Douglas's character is, like I said, kind of a schemy, sleazy guy, but also is, I guess, a good cop in a way because he's good at doing what he does. I think that was the whole thing. Is they're supposed to be everybody's supposed to be just on top of their game and smart. You know, so I think all those characters are trying to be.
Go on.
That's it. That's all I had to say about that.
Fuck, dude. That's it.
I mean, for that thought, that was it. Yeah.
You got any more thoughts, bro?
That's all I've got to say
give me
about
another
that.
thought, dude. You got a good one. That was a good one. Give me another one. Tell me what you think about Giorgio Giusanza.
Who's that?
He played Gus.
Gus. The partner?
Partner.
Yeah.
You know what I liked about him is that he was just ride or die from Michael Douglas's character. He's like, hey, did you fuck her? Ah, whatever. Hey, did you kill that guy? Yeah, it's fine. It's cool. Let's do some coke and go to the bar.
That's some cop shit, dude.
Yeah, that was fun.
Oh, you're a cop. You killed a guy? Well, I'm a cop. I don't care.
Did you call him Haas? Is what he said? Hey, what's up, Haas?
Yeah. Because he was like all trying to be a cowboy and shit.
Yeah, that's such a 90s word, Haas.
Oh, yeah.
Haas.
For sure.
My uncle had a dog he named Haas.
What does Haas even mean? Is it like friend? It's like, what's up, friend?
It's like, what's up, Haas? You know, it's like a fucking...
Sounds like a dumb version of saying boss.
It's like a cowboy... It's like a cowboy football thing. What's up, Haas?
Yeah.
Like you.
Yeah,
I would call you Haas, Schwartz.
It's like a big guy.
You're like kind of a big guy. You got a scar on your head. You're
you ever
Haas.
heard of the you got
a fucking husky? Apple Watch now. You think you're better than everybody else?
The term husky.
Husky.
Have you heard
that?
That
means? Michael Douglas wasn't husky in this movie in any way. Michael Douglas was actually pretty fit.
Gus was.
Yeah, but he wasn't calling Gus husky. He was calling Michael Douglas. I think it's another word for like dude. It's like the word dude.
Yeah, that sounds
Haas,
right.
dude. You never heard of Haas?
No one's ever said that to me. No.
I've called you Haas.
Never.
Yeah, 100%. I've called you Haas.
I've called you Haas a bunch of times.
Never. At least 3 times this week.
Never.
Yeah. All right, well, let's start calling you Haas.
John DeBont, huh? You guys big fan of John DeBont?
Jan DeBont, dude. Twister, fucking Speed 2, Cruise Control.
Oh, I guess. I should look at that guy's...
2 more movies that he's done. That is.
I don't think he did. I don't think he directed.
Exactly. He did 2, and that sucked. I'm just kidding. He did. Never mind. Yeah, Twister.
I gotta look at this guy.
And I don't. Did he direct Twister?
Yes, he directed Twister. Yeah, he did. Directed by Jan DeBont.
Yeah, he did.
He's DP'd a bunch of really good movies too.
Like Hunt for Red October.
Hunt for October, yeah.
Die Hard. Die Hard.
Yeah.
You love Die Hard.
I've never seen it.
Die Hard
Okay.
4 is the best one. No, 3. I mean 3.
Schwartz, when's the last time you watched Speed 2 Cruise Control? You fucking liar.
1997 maybe.
Yeah, when it came out.
Yeah.
This dude did a bunch of fucking Madonna videos. What a
Yeah.
weirdo.
Who cares?
Madonna's dope.
You just get a new fade or what? You just got a new fade, Schwartz? You got all faded up? Damn, dude. Even in COVID, you're going to get haircuts? What a scumbag.
For those listening at home, Schwartz has a fucking sweet new fade. You can't see it.
Oh my
shout out to the big cat.
Shout out
The
to
big
the
cat's
big
here.
cat.
I
Wish
came
you
on the
were here,
fucking
dude.
plane with the big cat, dude.
No
Oh,
way
wow.
he's here. Is he
Yes,
here?
he is. He's here. He does AC on the show.
Let's talk about that later.
Hey, is your fucking AC?
Shout out to the big cat. Anywho,
If I'm your AC, I quit this job.
If you're my AC, I'm gonna get a lot of drinks.
yo, Anthony quits.
Yeah,
I'll-
Schwartz
I'll-
drinks on the job.
I'll-
Go ahead.
I'll do it. Anyway,
Yeah, shut the fuck up, Jake. You're a
did
lighting
you
guy.
guys,
You got
think
questions, Jake? Jake's got questions.
this
How's your
movie-
candle, Schwartz?
Smells like fucking Christmas in here, bro. I'm loving
You
it.
got dog shit candles, dude. I got
Hey, but you know what
Yankees
it does
in here.
though? It makes it smell nice, and that's all it needs
No,
to
it
do.
doesn't. Go into your room. You don't smell
Smells
shit,
like
dude. You
Christmas.
don't smell shit. You get some off-brand
like
ass
Christmas.
Better Homes and Gardens Walmart candles. I got the
Jake.
good Yankee shit. Go ahead,
Jake,
Jake.
you like Christmas?
What?
You like Christmas?
Not really.
Really?
He's
All right, well,
Jewish,
you're a
idiot.
Jewish guy. I forgot.
I'm not Jewish, but either way.
Funny, you
Schwartz,
look
Wait,
Jewish.
you're not Jewish?
question for you.
Go.
Do you think this movie
Oh, Jewish.
do you think this movie empowered women or exploited women, and tell us why?
Great question, Jake. Great
Uh,
question.
I think this movie empowers women because
Of course you do. You're a fucking cisgender male.
because it shows that you can be sexy, smart, and cool at the same time.
Okay.
That's why. She
Cool.
was super hot.
Good.
She was smarter than everybody else.
Who's
She
she?
had more money than everybody else.
There
She
was
could do
more
whatever
than
the
one
fuck she wanted
female
to do.
character.
So she can do whatever the fuck she wanted to do,
By
and she
murdering
got away
people.
with it all. So yeah,
Because
it
of
was,
murder.
There was more than one female character. Who are you talking about?
I'm
So
talking
this
about, I'm
teaches.
talking about the main character, the one that the only one anybody cares about.
Beth.
All right, cool.
And yeah, Beth was cool too. She was a educated woman who was killing the game and a little crazy, but
Are you
know,
saying it's
from
on?
her.
It's like it's a novelty to have an educated woman, Schwartz? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying that this movie
In the '90s, it
empowered
probably
women.
was.
I'm saying this movie empowered women. That's what I'm saying.
Then yeah, it's rare for the '90s.
What about you, Jake? What do you flip it over? What do you think? Answer your own question.
Oh, no comment.
You hate
Anyway.
women, Jake?
Jake, why do you hate women and the troops?
I don't hate women. No
Well, then
comment.
why don't you want to answer the question?
What?
Well, then why don't you?
Oh,
wanna-
I mean, I kind of agree with you on that. I think it did a little bit of both. And I agree with you on that argument of there is empowerment, but there was also some like, they still made it like just
Women, there was
sex
still
objects, and they were just very like, there was basically like a fucking rape scene, which I don't know. If
there
that
was
needs to be
not
addressed, but
basically
there
a
was-
rape scene. There
there
was
was.
100% a rape
and then,
scene.
And then they just
Which
cuddled
scene?
after,
Wait,
and I'm
which
like,
part?
okay.
Not only
Which
that,
part?
it was a rape scene that turned the female into liking the rape scene. So
Right,
that's
yeah,
like,
that's kinda more-
especially in today's
wait.
climate.
Time out.
That
is
that
a
was what
little.
Time out. Where's your rape scene?
when he fucked Beth in her office, like he basically like forced herself. They started going
they
at
were,
it.
I
and
think
then,
they were in the
yeah.
bar, and
So,
he
all right.
goes, "You want to go upstairs, or you want to go?" And
Right.
she said
Right.
yes. They went upstairs. He started ripping her clothes off.
Yeah, and
She
was
said
like,
no. She
stop."
said no. She said no, and he kept going.
Yeah.
And then he kept, and then and eventually, well, she didn't enjoy it, but she accepted it because in the end,
Yeah.
she was still upset by it. But it was
Yeah.
for sure what we would consider today a rape scene.
No, for sure. I forgot about that. I forgot
Yeah.
that she wasn't about that
You
because
forget
she
about
was
rape.
so-
I understand.
she was so into him in the beginning that I forgot that she didn't want
It was because it was very like dismissed.
It's not
very
that
quickly,
she
but-
didn't want it. It's that she didn't want it at the time.
and
Yeah.
in that way.
Yeah.
in that way.
So that was a little that was a strange part. So things like that, there was some exploitation, I guess, but other than that, you made good points about there was some empowerment as well.
Yeah, I mean that character of Sharon Stone, like as I guess as fucked up as she was super smart. She was super funny. She was super cool. Like she was too cool for school. She was almost like a female Tyler Durden.
Yeah, it's kind of funny, but yeah, in a way. But
Mm,
Tyler Durden was someone's
yes.
imagination.
I don't really
Sure,
get
but it was
that. I
someone.
don't really get
It
that.
was
Are you
someone's
Are you
connection.
trying to tell me
It was someone's.
that
Hold on,
Catherine
hold on.
Trammell
He
was
was
a figment of an
Tyler
imagination?
Durden. Tyler
All right,
Durden
wait,
was
hold on.
someone's
Is
imagination.
this whole
which was-
movie just changing right now? Is she a fake person?
Catherine Trammell wasn't real? It was she Beth's alter ego? Let's think about that.
Mind blown.
Because they were, remember how Beth dyed her hair blonde and when she was in college?
Did she or did Sharon
she?
Stone dye her hair?
Or
I don't remember who Sharon Stone's character's name was.
Catherine Trammell.
Catherine Trammell.
Yeah, or by her writing name, Catherine Wolfe.
My friends call me Catherine.
Yeah, I liked how when they interrogated her the first time, when him and his partner go to her house and they ask her what the book's about. She's like, "Oh, it's about a cop who falls in love with the fucking victim or whatever." And I was like, "Oh my god,
This drawer. It's not a drawer.
That's weird. I definitely have a drawer there.
It's like
But yeah, she was so just like, get the fuck out of here, like, or what did she say? If you don't have a
She's
warrant,
like, "If you're not gonna arrest me, then get the fuck out of here."
please get the fuck off my property.
Yeah.
Please.
I liked
yeah,
her
that
character.
reminded me of
Definitely.
Betty White's character in Lake Placid. I don't know if you guys ever seen that movie.
No, haven't seen that.
Check it out. Can we just do that? Can that just be the next movie? Lake Placid, wherever it's available.
Should we just start doing it right now? I mean, I haven't seen it, but
You've
No.
never seen Lake
no,
Placid?
I don't think I've seen it. No,
It's. I mean, I say that like you should
Maybe.
have seen it, but it's not like. Obviously, it's not like a fucking
feel like-
award-winning movie, but it is. Yeah, it's on the
Yeah.
caliber of Anaconda. If you like Anaconda,
I've seen Anaconda.
or Congo, if you've seen Congo.
Those are terrible,
Congo.
but I liked
Congo,
them at the time
1994.
when
No,
I was a
I
child.
believe 1994 Congo won Best Movie Ever award. Just
Yeah, Best Picture Oscar for sure. Congo.
Best Picture
Won.
ever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it beat
No, like,
beat Pulp,
a
it
Best
beat
Picture
Pulp
from
Fiction.
From the invention of movies,
Shawshank
1994,
and Forrest Gump.
it won Best Movie since.
Yeah, it was nominated with Forrest Gump, Shawshank, and
Yeah, I don't even.
The other one.
I hear
You
those
probably haven't
names,
seen
but I
those.
don't hear those. I don't never seen those. No.
yeah. What are we even talking about anymore?
Basic
Congo.
Instinct, 1992, 2 hours 7 minutes long. Michael Douglas, Sharon Stone, George Dzunda, whatever the fuck.
Cool. Favorite part?
Schwartz, you got anything else to say about the movie we're talking about?
You got a favorite part?
Favorite part's definitely the interrogation scene.
The rape
Gotta be.
scene.
Which one?
The scene
Which
where they
interrogation
interrogate
scene?
Sharon Stone.
I'm sorry. That part slips my mind. Can you remind me?
They interrogate Sharon Stone. It's shot really well. Camera moves super fast to everybody's faces, and as everybody talks, the camera.
Weird. The scene where you see a pussy, Schwartz's favorite. Jake?
My favorite scene was actually the other interrogation scene where you see Michael Douglas's eyes, and his eyes are upset. But no, I thought it was funny because it like weirdly like mirrored the first one, and how like he lit up a cigarette and they're like, you can't smoke in here, and he said the same fucking thing, like, what do you do, charge him with smoking? And it was like the same fucking, more or less the same scene of like he had an alibi and all this weird shit, but also the reason.
Yeah, that kind of falls in the obvious file for me. Where it's like, well, I could have seen this scene coming, you know, where there was a lot of scenes, and I realized that in the end it wasn't obvious, but there was a lot of scenes that I saw coming.
Makes sense.
That's kind of what I mean by obvious question mark. Because in the end, no, I mean, we don't know, right? In the end, we don't know for a fact who the murderer was.
I'm
Yeah,
convinced it was Sharon Stone.
it's heavily implied that it was Sharon Stone for sure, but we don't. It's not 100%. Like, it's not a concrete answer. It's not a concrete.
I'm
thing.
not convinced. I'm not convinced. I get that she had an ice pick under her bed when they were fucking,
Right.
but I'm not convinced that that makes her the killer. As a
But
lawyer,
she like.
as your attorney, I would advise you to not.
All right. What
Be
about
convinced.
the whole thing about like he read that little part, the little snippet of her next book. Like he just kind of randomly read part of the page. Granted, it was open to that page. But it was like
Which said,
which
go
said
on.
something about like the partner being murdered on the stairs or something along those lines. And then the partner got murdered like after that shit happened. So when like Gus got murdered, like I don't know how Sharon Stone could have like made, how it could not have been her.
It was her, definitely.
It's definitely not definite, but was it? I'm sorry. Did that happen before or after he got murdered?
Gus?
Yeah.
He read a little bit of her book because it was just sitting out on the desk, and this was like right before she broke up with him. Like he was in the room and he was like kind of reading part of it, and then she came in and then he stopped reading, but it was like said something along the lines of his partner gets murdered on the stairs or near the stairs or something, and then Gus gets murdered in the elevator that same night or later that I don't know if it was that night or whatever, but
Not convinced.
yeah, no, it's not 100%, just heavily implied.
Heavily implied. Heavily implied. I am convinced that it is heavily implied. I am not convinced that her head was in the box. Wait, what movie are we talking about? I am not convinced. No, that's not even the right Fincher movie.
There's been a lot of Fincher references on this one.
I believe that if
Fincher
Fincher could have made this movie and I would have loved it. I think that.
Sure. Probably. This would have been
Fincher
better
can
with
make any
Fincher.
fucking movie and you would love it. I mean, he made a movie about Facebook
No,
and it was the best
wrong.
movie he's ever made. I mean,
Not any movie.
He made a Lifetime movie that was one of the best movies ever made. It's called Gone Girl.
I don't think that's a Lifetime movie.
Bro, that movie could have been on Lifetime and it would have been terrible.
Sure. Total Recall could have been a Lifetime movie.
No.
I want to go to Mars.
That's a dumb thing to say. Yeah,
You're
Total
dumb.
Recall
You're dumb.
starring Betty White.
Lake Placid. Have you not seen Lake Placid?
I've not
It's
seen
not
Lake
starring
Placid.
Betty White. Neither of you have seen Lake Placid?
I know my boy fucking
Who
what's his name
cares
is in it,
about
though?
whatever you're about to say?
What's his
Neither of
name?
you have seen Lake Placid?
The actor in it, the dude with the fucking older guy, the fat guy, fucking
Oliver Platt.
Oliver Platt. He's in it, and I love Oliver Platt.
Yeah, he is. He flies a helicopter.
Oh, does it?
He fucks with giant crocodiles. Come on. We're going to watch it. That's the next one.
Nah, I already picked the next one.
Or figure out what it's not.
You could pick the next one, but I'm choosing Lake Placid.
If it's streaming, I'm not buying that piece of shit.
You can't afford $4 to buy Lake Placid on Amazon.
No, can't.
No,
He's being paid to quarantine right now. Can't afford $4 to pay Lake Placid. Let me check out where Lake Placid is because that's the next movie.
All right, you guys got a rank?
Oof,
I don't even. Let's check it.
System.
I know it's been a while.
Lake Placid, 1999. Bill Pullman. Come on.
Bill Pullman's in it?
Brendan
Bill
Gleeson,
Pullman's the man.
Betty White, Bridget fucking Fonda. You
I
guys
know.
haven't seen Lake Placid? It's
I
one of the
want to
best movies ever.
now.
But Betty White, I'm not even gonna. I was gonna quote Betty White from it. Betty White has one of the best quotes I've ever heard from any quote ever, any movie ever. We got to watch it. We gotta watch it. It's on Prime. $2.99. Schwartz, $2.99. I'll Venmo you. Lake Placid. We're doing it. Lake Placid. It's available on Prime.
All right, if you Venmo me first, I'll watch it.
We're watching it. Me and Jake will talk about it without you. I don't care. We're watching it.
Have fun.
Where's the we will have fun. Where is this placement on your placings?
You talking to me?
I'm talking to whoever's listening.
All right, dude. I got a fucking spot for it.
I'm actually just now bringing up my sheet. So
I'm going.
Tell me, baby.
How do you spell instinct? Tricky word.
How do you
Anyway. Number 7.
7.
What?
7. Hold on.
Number
What
7.
movie are we talking about? Basic Instinct.
Yep.
7, which means you have lowered Inside Man. Creep? Come on, man. You're keeping Creep above this?
Yeah. Creep's better.
Oh.
I thought about it for a little while. And it was kind of hard. There was like that area, like it could have fallen anywhere like above Inside Man or below Blue Velvet, but
We had all of us had
I
Inside
really
Man
enjoyed-
even, and you're fucking it up, dude.
Oh, really?
All of us had Inside Man as number 7. All of us.
I gotta go with my heart, dude. I enjoyed this movie more than Inside Man.
You suck.
Sorry.
Schwartz,
gonna
do you
put it
love
at
this
number
more
12.
than Inside Man?
I'm
12?
gonna put
Let me
12.
see. You're lowering Border, which was a dog shit movie. 12. Cool. Not a whole lot to talk about there. I'm going to go.
Did you guys watch the new Witches?
Nah, not yet.
No, I don't know.
That's one of
I don't know
our
of New Witches.
upcoming-
Oh,
one of our
actually,
upcoming podcast is Old Witches.
this doesn't matter because this will be coming out months later, but Witches will be coming out on Halloween. You're welcome.
Oh, dope.
Which is tomorrow, I think.
Oh, perfect.
I'm exceeding our monthly limit to put Witches in on Halloween. It just worked out. I mean, it didn't work out, but we're making it work out.
Oh, you're not. There's no there wasn't a skip or anything. We'll talk about it later. You got to rank. What was your rank for Basic Instinct, Anthony? Did you say it?
I'm going 20.
20.
I'm pushing 10 down.
Well, yeah.
You shut your mouth. And I'm going 20.
It's obviously better than Pushing 10. You got it above Pushing 10 as well, Schwartz. Yeah, of course you did good. Okay, we can all agree that this, like every other movie, is better than Pushing 10.
That's funny. So you have it at 7. Schwartz has it at 12. And I have it at 20.
Oh, yeah.
Man. There's every single movie above that. There's Witches. I'm looking at Witches. There's movies. No, there's no movies below that. I might watch Pushing 10 over Basic Instinct, but I don't know.
Oh, no way.
Those two are honestly, those two are right there for me.
Like, I wanted to watch Basic Instinct again, and Pushing 10 I'll never fucking watch again.
And it's
100%.
only based on our list. I'm not basing it on any other movies. Based on our list, I think Pushing 10 and whatever, not Lake Placid. What did we just watch? Basic Instinct. They're right there for me.
Yeah. I have overall, because we have 30 movies, so I did an overall thing too.
30?
Yeah, we've done 30 so far. This would have been our 31st movie.
Tell me, what do we got? What's number 1?
Number 1 is still The Handmaiden. Number 2 is kind of a newer one, and another big leap up. It was Harold and Maude is coming in at number 2 overall.
I love it.
Yeah. Yep. Back to the Future number 3.
I think we all liked Harold and Maude.
Yeah, we definitely seem to. Harold and Maude's like, I think everyone's like top 5,
That was a
maybe,
great movie.
maybe
Yeah,
top 10 at least,
that was a really good movie.
for sure. Yeah, that was a fun one. That's my number 1, so I'm
I
sure
started
that
watching.
that
I
helped
started
it.
watching
You're
that
number
director.
one. Mine's number. It's my number 11. So, but here, check this out. Fuck it.
The dude who directed it, Hal Ashby, he made this movie called Shampoo. That's really good with Warren Beatty and Goldie Hawn. You guys should check it out.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah,
I've
I'll never watch
heard
that.
about it.
I just popped it up to number 10, so now it is all in our top 10. I dropped Inside Man down to number 11.
Oof, that's one of the best movies we've watched.
Yeah. Well, obviously our opinions are different.
Yeah, some are good, some are bad.
Yeah. Inside Man's
You said
number
it.
5 right now. I mean, as of this ranking, number 4 was The Host, but then Inside Man came in at number 5 because we all had it pretty high.
True. It's probably still not too. I just dropped it 1. It's probably not a whole lot different.
Yeah, I liked our top 10 list is pretty good because after that, there's Sisters at number 6. There's Indiana Jones. There's Blood Simple. Let the Right One In, number 9, and the number 10 is Blue Velvet.
Blue.
So that's a pretty good top 10 list.
I don't know.
for right
Blue
now.
Velvet and 13 Assassins.
Yeah, 13 Assassins is pretty high. You have 13 Assassins super high, so that kind of.
I was gonna. That's
makes it
what I'm
overall
saying
high.
is
Yeah,
I
you keep
think
talking about
those-
dropping it, but you don't.
I don't because I don't think I can. I think it's a quality movie. I think it's a great movie. And honestly, what I want to do is kind of bump up Blue Velvet a little bit.
Do it. You can. You're free to bump things up whenever you want.
I don't even know where I have Blue Velvet.
Fuck, 17.
17. Oh, there it is.
I remember listening to the Blue Velvet podcast and like remember you saying like you kept going back and forth.
Yeah, I was going back and
So-
forth. I couldn't decide whether I loved it or I hated it. That was a rough one. It's a rough fucking movie to watch.
So sometimes letting things set in and shit like helps a little bit. I think.
I might move Blue Velvet up.
Where-
I'm gonna do it. I'm doing it right now. I'm gonna move Blue
Good.
Velvet up 2.
Good.
So I'm gonna move Deep Red and Heather's down 2. Like that, and then Blue Velvet right there. So Blue Velvet's now 15 for me. I think Blue Velvet's I think I like it a lot more than I think I do. Does that make
It's a
sense?
dope movie.
So I'm sorry that I just changed my shit and fucked your metrics up.
Oh, it's fine. This is based off of the first 30, so now we're at 31. It's a whole new ballpark.
Oh yeah, shit's changed, dude.
Yeah, cool. Blue Velvet's still in my top 10. That's nice. It's sitting at a comfortable number 10.
Sick. 15 for me, but whatever.
Yeah, fucking Basic
gotta-
Instinct bumped Blood Simple out of my top 10.
So Blue
Five
Velvet,
Blood Simple.
13 Assassins. I think I think Blue Velvet and 13 Assassins are 2 of the best movies we watched.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
What do you got here? Deep Red, which is our first movie.
hmm That's number 13 overall.
I think that is one of our top most downloaded movie or episodes.
I can see that being number 1. Yeah,
Yeah, it is number 1.
cool. Shoplifters still our worst reviewed movie somehow. Palme d'Or winner, 99% of Rotten Tomatoes, worst movie
It's because
out of
it's
our 30.
not a good movie.
Worse than UHF, worse than CB4, worse than Pushington, according to you guys, but I fully disagree with that.
The worst
Fun.
movie we've watched is Down by Law. That movie was dog shit.
That is on the bottom of your list.
That movie was so.
Well, you
fucking
hated
stupid.
CB4 more than that. That you
Yeah,
acted
you wouldn't
like
even
didn't
talk about
watch
it.
I gotta watch CB4, guys. I'll tell you after I watch
Yeah.
it. But Down by Law, that movie
Dude,
was.
to hate something so
fucking
much
terrible.
you act like you don't even watch it.
Yeah,
That's
you don't even
that's
want to
pretty
talk
bad.
about it.
Down
Yeah,
by Law
crazy.
was fucking horrible.
Down by Law was.
Hey, that's
And I like
that's
Jim
our
Jarmusch
new-
movies.
one of our
There's a
newest
couple
Yeah.
like fucking Ghost Dog, even his newest one, The Dead Don't Die, that was pretty good. Like,
Hey,
Snow Dad.
my next pick may
What?
be another Tom Waits movie, so get ready.
I'm out. Then I quit this podcast. I think Tom Waits is dog shit. Is he an actor or is he a singer?
both.
Mostly a
He's a
singer, but
singer.
he acts occasionally. He's mostly
But he
just
acts
does
like
weird
shit
roles.
is what he does.
Yeah, it's basically
Played,
his roles are always just weird dudes. So
He
it's
plays
fitting.
Renfield in Dracula, which is pretty good.
He's a weird dude.
He is
Yeah,
weird.
not good. Not good. Dracula
Not a good
sucked.
actor.
Dracula? Francis Ford Coppola's Dracula?
Yeah, that
You're
one's terrible.
crazy. You're crazy. You had no taste.
No taste. Nope. No taste buds, dude. I can't even smell.
Oh,
Can't even smell a good movie.
Can't even smell a
can't.
good movie, dude. That's why you make me watch these dog shit movies.
You love these movies.
I like some of them. I like at least my top 10.
Yeah, the only movies I have not liked are probably the top four, bottom four of mine. Otherwise, I think they're all been pretty good as far as movies go. I think even though it's not my number one, the best movie we've watched all around is Handmaiden as far as movies go. That's just the best movie we've watched.
yeah,
Well, that's number one on our list.
it works. But yeah, it's funny that you say that. Yeah, about the bottom four for me are movies I basically just didn't like.
Yeah.
And then other than that, like they were all none of them were like bad.
100%. Oh, no. The Carnival of Souls, Creep, and Creep 2, and Shoplifters were all bad. So, and Border.
I don't know why
Technically,
you hate
Border
Creed movies
is
so
my...
much. That's crazy that you hate them so much. I mean, I don't think they're as good as Jake thinks they are, but I think they're good movies.
Creep movies at number 16.
What I think is they're not good movies. I don't think they're good movies. That's just my metric there. I don't think that they're well-made movies. I think they're shit. I think they're shit. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, that's wild. You know what movie that I think that about is, and I wanted to like it so much, was Cool Hand Luke.
That's a shit movie, dude.
It was pretty bad.
That's a shit movie that was made to be a good movie. Creep and Creep 2 were made to be shit movies. They were shit movies made to be shit movies, and they are shit movies.
Cool
And
Hand
good
Luke
for them.
sitting at 22 overall.
Yeah. Creep was just more entertaining than Cool Hand Luke. Cool Hand Luke was just, from the beginning, I was just like, ugh.
You didn't like the egg eating scene, dude?
That was the worst part.
He ate like 73 eggs.
No,
Classic.
Such a
He-
dumb
He
movie.
ate like 13 eggs, dude. Creep sucks. You know what is awesome? The new Mandalorian is on today, I think.
Yeah, it came out yesterday.
Have you guys watched it?
Not yet.
I want to watch it right now.
All right. Let's fucking
This is a good one.
call it.
What movie was it?
Basic Instinct.
Basic Instinct, 1992. I kind of liked it. We already ranked it. It's fine. Basic Instinct, it's fine.
Yep. I liked it.
Yeah, check it out.
Whatever.
Thank you very, very much. You made it to episode 30. This is a record-setting episode. The record being that it's the most episodes we've done so far. Anyway, next week, I make the guys watch Lake Placid 1999. Watch that on Amazon. Listen to us next week, Wednesday. See if the boys love Lake Placid as much as I remember loving Lake Placid. See if I love Lake Placid as much as I remember loving Lake Placid. All I remember is that Oliver Platt is in it. What is he doing these days? Shout out to Oliver Platt. MMwM_podcast. Check us out on Instagram. Check us out on Spotify. Check us out wherever you get podcasts. Bye-bye.